What makes Spider-Man, Spider-Man? This is the question I've been asking myself recently, because after watching Spider-Man Far From Home, I feel like Tom Holland's portrayal of the web slinger is far from accurate. In this video essay, I'll be explaining what, in my opinion, makes Spider-Man the character he is, and the ways the MCU have failed. His supporting characters aren't characters at all. They are plot devices. We don't know almost anything about any of them, not even his best friend, Ned. We are 2/3 of the way done with Holland's trilogy, yet the characters are still very unimportant. It's very disheartening to find out that some of the scenes that were deleted were the ones that would have expanded on MJ's troubled family situation, or Spider-Man's money problems. None of the characters act like their comic book counterparts, which isn't necessarily an issue, but could be down the line if the MCU wishes to adapt certain Spider-Man storylines in the future. The decision to exclude Uncle Ben from this iteration has ultimately been a mistake. Peter is making mistakes 2 movies in that he should only be making just after Uncle Ben's death. He's learning lessons about great power and responsibility as he goes along, which leads me to ask exactly what his uncle's death's impact on him was, or even Aunt May. Speaking of Aunt May, this version has great chemistry and an interesting relationship with Holland's Peter Parker. We get to see a new dynamic with an age difference in these movies that we've never seen before. However, none of the financial issues that we have seen in previous iterations of the characters appear to be present. They live in a nice apartment and never seem to worry about money, especially since Peter Parker is now a part of the Avengers and could call up his sugar daddy Tony Stark to solve any issue he would have. Also, the fact that Aunt May is okay with a young teenager going out and fighting villains who want to kill him is wild, especially since she has lost someone close to her, so she wouldn't want to go through that again. The Homecoming ending was so interesting because we were teased with the fact that we would get to see an Aunt May who knows Peter is Spider-Man, knows she can't stop him, and knows his outings as Spider-Man could eventually get him killed. Yet, in Far From Home, it's not an issue at all. In the post-credit scene for Far From Home, we see Spider-Man's identity has been revealed to the world. So logically, you think that we would be about to see how that ruins the life of this friendly neighborhood hero, and what it means for the villains who will now be coming for Peter Parker. But I don't have a lot of confidence that it will even be an issue in the next movie. Toby was a nerdy, awkward Peter Parker. Andrew was a cool, confident, almost arrogant Spider-Man. Tom is a great mix of both, and the only one that looks like a high school student. But his Spider-Man sometimes feels like a different character. Peter Parker is supposed to be a nerdy loser that gets bullied by the popular kids, doesn't always get the girl, works for his own money, and makes his own costume. None of these are relevant to the MCU's version of the character. Tony Stark's death has been a huge impact on Holland's Spider-Man. Almost everything he does in Far From Home is in response to Tony dying in Endgame. The loss of Uncle Ben should be the catalyst for Spider-Man realizing how dangerous yet important his life as Spider-Man is, and to show him how much of a responsibility he has. In his first comic appearance, he realizes that inaction is just as bad as committing the bad things that happen if you don't act, because of Uncle Ben's death. And that's how he learns, with great power comes great responsibility.
I think perhaps the main reason was I can relate to him, because he was shy, he wasn't that successful with girls, he had to worry about his family. I think most teenagers reading it thought to themselves, hey, that could be me, you know, so there certainly was that identification.
This isn't the character Stan Lee created. Homecoming was a good movie that was an interesting beginning for this new Spider-Man, but they doubled down on everything they were supposed to move away from and didn't explore the things that would have made the sequel more interesting. So there we have it, my opinion on the MCU Spider-Man. Hopefully we'll see some major differences in the next movie, or even the next trilogy. Thank you all for watching, it means a lot, and I can't wait to give you guys more content. I'm new at this, so I'm still learning about editing and researching and recording audio. But hopefully, you'll see a noticeable difference between this video and my previous one. Lastly, feel free to like and subscribe, and comment what you agree or disagree with in this video. See you next week.